welcome everybody back to Rob's MetalWorks. We are here at the studio for a very special evening. It brings me great pleasure to welcome one of our own from the city of Corpus Christi. The band called Shattered Sun is here. Oh my God, I'm so freaking happy. Welcome, gentlemen, to Rob's MetalWorks. We are very, very happy to have you here to talk about all the great things that are happening with the band right now. So welcome, gentlemen.
How's it going, man? How's it going, man? Thanks for having us, man. Oh, yeah.
Oh my God, I don't know where to start because I know it's been a very, very exciting week for the band. Okay, you guys did press earlier in the week in LA. You did the killer-ass show at the Whiskey A Go-Go. I saw some of the footage. You guys killed it. But let's talk. There's going to be a lot of people out there for the first time who are hearing about Shattered Sun. So for all those people, wherever they may be across the world tonight watching this interview, let's talk a little bit about the beginnings of Shattered Sun and how you guys kind of have came together and gotten to the point where you are right now.
Well, we started out, in the small town of Alice, Texas, and our guitar player, Daniel, he's not with us right now. He had some other stuff he had to take care of, but he started the band, when we were young kids. I've known Henry and Rob since, how old are we? You know what I mean? Like 12, you know what I mean? And we've basically known each other since we were kids. It's something that we've always wanted to do. And growing up in Alice, there's not really no outlet of expression for, a young youth. You know what I mean? So all we did was, jam out and kind of brought us together. You know what I mean?
The sound, I think one of the things that has made Shattered Sun so significant in this scene, especially with, the great amount of dynamic that we see in the young metal scene that's happening across the country, is that you guys have really, I think, have come to build a sound that's all your own. Some people call it metalcore, some people call it melodic metalcore. I mean, I don't even like to name it myself because you guys are delivering so many great things, especially being a six-piece band. Okay, I think that's really cool too because you have a keyboardist, and I think when you play live, that adds especially to the depth and the soundscape of what you're delivering, and people are like, wow. I think the last band that I saw really make a big impact with something like that was the band Chimera that you guys know about. We are old fans, big fans of the old Chimera. You guys are kind of taking that to the next level. So if someone said to you, what is Shattered Sun? Who is Shattered Sun? What would you say?
I'd say, there's a lot of critics out there that are going to call us metalcore and try and, tack us into a genre. But if I'd have to say anything, I'd say we're a hybrid metal. We really don't like to put, labels on it. We're a metal band, just like all the guys that came before us. We're not any kind of label you can attach us to. I just say we're hybrid metal. We're a new, fresh sound, and hopefully this sound will make us a name in this industry. You know what I mean?
I think it has already. Yeah, killer. Okay, so I've been privy enough this past year to jam to your first release called Confessions. Stellar first release. And we talked about earlier about the producer of your record, Hometown Boy, Robert Beltran. I wish you would have been here with you guys tonight. Robert, I wish you would have been here this evening. I would have loved to meet you, man. I think you're he's a very talented guy. And obviously, I mean, I think I could be so bold as to say that you guys owe a lot to Robert Beltran. Yeah?
You know what? When we started, we were just, kids just trying to get our songs out there and playing the scene. But Rob's kind of the one who kind of, put the lasso on us and said, hey, you guys got talent. Do it right. Don't waste it away, like a lot of the other bands had been doing. And he kind of took us on as his baby, you know what I mean? And molded us into kind of what we are now. He's definitely been the linchpin in everything that we've been doing, you know what I
mean? For some of you people out there who are not familiar with Robert Beltran, go online, check out his studio, Precision Studios, very kick-ass work that he does out there. So you guys released Confessions. It was out in the marketplace for a little bit. Talk a little bit about how things started to progress since the release of Confessions, because in a short amount of time, you guys really created a huge momentum and started moving forward. And of course, I think initially we have to speak of the management deal with Breaking Bands. And for some of you people out there who are not familiar with Breaking Bands, the management company started by the Zazulas and Chuck Billy of Testament, and the Princess out there in Jersey, Maria Ferraro. We love her. We love you, Maria. Talk a little bit about that, because obviously when they heard Confessions, they were greatly impressed by it.
Yeah, well, actually, what was going on when we first came in contact with Maria, because she was the first one we talked to. We were in the transition period between Confessions and our new album. We had already started. We had already done pre-production. We were already in the final stages of it. So Maria had previously heard our other tracks, but once she heard our new track, Hope Within Hatred, what initially started out as a PR deal that we were going for turned into a management deal within the week. And within the next week, we were booking flights down for John and Marsha and Maria and Chuck, and it was just a whirlwind, man. It happened very, very, very fast. Like a couple phone calls, and it just worked out for us.
So what did you do for the Texas meeting, as I like to call it? They came down? You guys had a little sit down, obviously chatted. Did you guys do like a little in studio performance for them, stuff like that?
Yeah, basically what we did is, they were coming down to Texas, so of course we had to show them a little Texas hospitality. I'm a big barbecuer.
I saw the brisket.
Yes, man, that's my thing. That's my second passion. They came down here and we wanted to give them the full Texas experience. Give them the brisket, the rice, the beans, the guac, the pico de gallo, jalapeno poppers, all that stuff. And they basically served themselves a big plate of food and then sat down right in front of us, in front of all our equipment. And we just performed for them. And, it was awesome. But, the first time when we were performing, Maria, she was really feeling it, you know what I mean? Putting the horns up and jamming, but Chuck Billy was staring through us like, yeah, he was staring through the soul, you know what I mean? And he had every right to, he was taking a gamble on us, and I think the brisket went a long way too. Just saying, but it was amazing, man. Getting to perform in front of them, in a very private environment, and I think that's kind of what locked us up. I think they knew we were the real deal after that.
Well, I mean, taking into consideration the history of the individuals in that company, I mean, and also the fact that they chose you guys as the very first signing to their management company, I think speaks volumes to what they really felt. You guys got signed to Breaking Bands. How did you feel about that? I mean, what did you initially think that, is this really happening?
Yeah, it was, like I said, it was a whirlwind experience. And I remember, our first conference call, they got us on, on a conference call. It was all of us called each other on our iPhones and then called them, and, hearing Chuck Billy and Johnny Zazula on the phone. And it was just like, it was kind of what you said. Is this really happening? And, the things that they started telling us initially and where they wanted to go with us. And, one of our biggest influences in this band is Metallica, you know what I mean? But to hear them kind of compare our career and our career paths with them was mind-blowing, you know what I mean? It was unreal, man. Unreal.
I can actually see where that's coming from, because to me, when I think of Shattered Sun, I think about a band that is onto something new. You guys don't really, to me, it don't sound like any other band out there. Okay? I think you guys have taken what's out there, some of that metalcore, and like I said earlier, and taken it to a new level. So I think that's kind of where they're coming from. So let's move forward, and let's talk about what's going to be happening in the near future. You guys obviously have started working on your new record. Beltran's still at the helm, so I anticipate it's going to sound freaking killer. We have heard the first track, Hope Within Hatred. Killer freaking track. So correct me if I'm wrong, is that going to be the title track for the CD?
Title track. Basically, what I wanted to write about lyrically is I wanted to kind of, metal's kind of got a lot of stereotypes and, you know, the lyrics and all that stuff, but I felt like the way the music was coming out, you know, some good positive inspirational lyrics, you know, lift people up from kind of the ashes, you know, stuff like that. And I was watching a lot of conspiracy videos. We all were, you know what I mean? And kind of like on stuff like 9/11 and stuff like that. And we didn't want to write about anything political because we thought that was a little too heavy. But seeing the stories of like the families that, you know, basically had their whole lives ripped from their hands and they still had hope to, you know, make it through. And we just wanted to write about that and show those stories and, you know, show that, you know, you still believe in each other. You know what I mean? There's hope in humanity.
So let's talk a little bit more about the record. How many tracks are done? How many tracks do you anticipate to put on the CD? And when do you anticipate or when do you want the new record to come out?
As far as when it's going to come out, it's in its final stages right now. It's 95% done. So we're kind of waiting for the whole business side of things with the label and all that stuff to kind of pan out, letting the guys do their job. But all we know is on our end, we're practically finished. And how many tracks we got, guys? 11? Yeah, it's an 11 track album, and it's something that, you know, we always wanted to do since we were kids. And it's kind of weird because when we sit back and we play the album back, it's kind of something that we always wanted. You know what I mean? Growing up as kids, you want the album, you want the ballad, you want the heavy thrash songs. It's just kind of an album that defines us. You know what I mean?
Well, you guys are like, well, you're immortalized through this work. So obviously, I mean, I can understand how important it is to you. So you talked a little bit right now about, you know, our work is done. Obviously, Breaking Bands is working hard in getting the name of Shattered Sun out there in the marketplace. As I mentioned earlier, this has been an exciting week for the band. You did a lot of press. I've seen it online. You did the Whiskey A Go-Go show a couple days ago, which also was pretty freaking killer. I saw the footage. People go online, look for it. I mean, you can find it everywhere on YouTube. You did Rivercity Rockfest today in San Antonio.
Yeah.
Okay, so we have to talk about Rivercity Rockfest. We are a San Antonio show. So, what was the experience of Rivercity Rockfest like?
It was kind of bittersweet. It was, you know, it was fun, but you know, as soon as we got there, just rain started coming down, and it kind of just put a damper on some of the events. But other than that, you know, it was a good experience. You know, I wouldn't mind doing it again.
You know, the band that we wanted to see, you know, right after we played 12 Foot Ninja, you know, it started pouring like the last song, and basically the stage manager, you know, cut the show. So they basically came all this way to, you know, from Australia to not play, and it was unreal because you could see the disappointment on their faces. Yeah, and it was horrible to see, man. But at the same time, you know, you got to respect those guys, man. You know, all the people that put on those shows and all the bands that play it, you know, they're road warriors, man. So it's just an awesome experience to be a part of.
How did you get involved with River City Rockfest? How did that happen?
Last year, we did a battle of the bands, and we actually lost by a half a point to play for Guns N' Roses and all that stuff. We did a battle at the White Rabbit, and we lost to another band. But this year, that was kind of one of the first agendas we had once we got on Breaking Bands. You know, we told John, we were like, look, we want to be a part of this year. And he made some calls. You know, by the end of the week, he said, I got you a set, and I got you a set time. And
fucking John Zazoo.
Yeah. Yeah. he told us, he said at first, he was all, they're telling us no right now, he was all, but I'm gonna let them know that they're upsetting me very much. Oh yeah, John, that was for you, man.
All right. Cool. Yeah, well, that's great. I mean, that you have that strong arm of the metal law behind you to make things happen. So, River City Rockfest done today. I have to say, guys, I have to be completely honest. You're ending out the week on a good note here on Rob's MetalWorks. Welcome, guys, to the show. Okay, great. Having a good time tonight?
Yeah, awesome time.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah. It's good because, you know, I love talking to bands like you because, you know, it's all grassroots and we do it for the right reasons. And and we've been talking about all kinds of metal things, not just Shattered Sun things, but metal, which is for the reason that we all are in this for, right? Right? Okay, so looking ahead, what's going to happen for 2014? What's the plan? What do you want to happen? Let's say the record drops this summer or early fall. What's the plan after that?
Tour. The plan is to support our album to the fullest. You know, we plan on getting out there and, you know, supporting our album before it even drops. You know what I mean? Our intentions is to be touring this summer, be touring the rest of the year, and, you know, we want to do it the old-fashioned way, you know, like all of our forefathers did it. You know what I mean? Get out there, tour, get all over the place, and you know, do it the right way.
So, I have to ask you, because historically, Rob's has been a video show. We've actually, JB and I were talking this evening, have been huge fans of your videos. I think you guys have had some really pro fucking videos done. I don't know how pro they were, but they look good.
Yeah.
And I don't know how much you paid for them, but you know, like the video where y'all are all crashed out in the beginning, that video's cool. So, I mean, what about video work? Is that something that you think about? I mean, do you think it's important, especially with, you know, how popular YouTube has become and you know, video shows like mine across the country? Is that something that you feel like, you know, if we're going to promote a track, like say, like Hope Within Hatred, which is obviously a great song. I mean, do you feel compelled to say, we need a video for this song?
Yeah, that was man, when we were writing that song in the pre-production process, we kind of had this vibe about that song, like, you know what, this is going to be the music video song. You know what I mean? We knew it from the get-go, and it's very important to have music videos, man. Like, you know, we were nothing but little kids, you know, and we put that video up, and right when we put up Any Means, you know, that's when everything took off, you know what I mean? And we were never a band to sit around and just be like, oh, you know, we got these tracks and we're going to keep working on them. No, we wanted to get our tracks done, finish them, wanted to get a video out, anything that we could do to get out in the circuit. And that's what we did, man.
Awesome. Guys, I mean, I think we've covered it all. Anything I missed? Anything that we should be talking about that maybe I'm forgetting?
Yeah. You know what? I want to say that, you know, we went up to Cali and, you know, we got some important things going on right now, business-wise. And, you know, we intend to put, you know, our state on the map, you know what I mean? And truly represent, you know, Texas the right way. Kind of like, you know, Pantera and all those bands. But without our following in South Texas and, you know, here in San Antonio, we did an Indiegogo account and everybody chipped in, our fans, friends, family. They helped us get to California. So without South Texas, we wouldn't have been able to do that. So just big shout out to South Texas, man. You guys are the fuel to this fire. You know what I mean? So
awesome. Thank you, Marcos and the band. I mean, like I told you guys off camera, don't stop working it, man. You guys are something special. I'm very, very humbled and proud to have all of you here at the MetalWorks with my crew and your friends to come hang and have a good time. Hope you guys aren't leaving yet.
no, man, we're gonna do some beer.
All right. I think we have like 3 left. Awesome. Thank you guys. Thank you. Thank you. Remember, everyone out there across the world seeing this interview, the band is called Shattered Sun out of Texas. Their brand new CD will be coming out later on in 2014. Be sure to look for them on YouTube, on the web, on Facebook, on Twitter, everywhere. Shattered Sun fucking rocks on Rob's MetalWorks.
Yeah.